AITA for refusing to give my boyfriend my PIN number after he took my credit card without consent? Title sound horrible, but give me a chance to explain. I F24 have been seeing my boyfriend Martin M30 for 8 months. He's super funny and sweet. He's currently out of job for health reasons, but he's actively looking for a new job. This our first major fight, and I'm not sure whether I was at fault here. 2 days ago, we spent the night together and he went to the store early in the morning to buy some groceries. Unbeknownst to me, he took my credit card to shop with it. I got woken up by him calling asking me to give him my credit card PIN number. I was confused. I asked why, and he said he went grocery shopping with my card and forgot to ask me to give him the PIN before he left. I got mad and felt quite violated. I told him I was sorry, but I gave no permission for him to go out and shop using my card. He sounded confused and said he was just trying to buy us breakfast and it only cost $20. I said I was sorry but refused to give him the PIN number. He obviously sounded upset and asked why. I told him because he didn't consider getting my permission to take my card and use it. He said, "All right then. Guess no breakfast for us," then hung up. I called and called but no response. He returned and handed me the card back, then went on to complain about how he was just trying to buy us breakfast and that he wasn't intending on making a huge purchase. I said I understood, but it's all about consent to me. He seemed pretty irritated and upset, though he said it was fine. He left after this and hasn't returned my calls. He then texted that he wasn't intending on stealing from me and that he thought that I wouldn't make such a fuss about it, and that he did get my permission when he called to ask for the PIN number, but I feel like it's just me feeling like he violated my boundaries. He's been upset since then, saying I ruined our time together by making a huge deal out of it and embarrassing him at the store by making him return the stuff he bought at the register. Gosh. I feel like I was such an asshole here, but I think that he could have asked first. I want to hear what you guys think of this. AITA or not? NTA. Taking your card without asking you is literally stealing from you. It doesn't matter if he intended to spend $20 or $2,000. It's stealing. He's an asshole for stealing. And he's way worse for doubling down and refusing to accept responsibility. I feel like I was such an asshole. This is manipulation at its finest. This is not a sweet guy. NTA. NTA op. He stole your card then got mad you wouldn't help him use that card? That's like breaking into someone's house and being mad that they don't help carry your stuff to their car. NTA. That is theft, and you should call your bank and get a new card. Because he still had access to your credit number and the CVV digits on the card to proceed with online purchases. He is not trustworthy and I'd break up with him. Instead of chasing him because he's upset. He showed you a bright red flag 8 months in. Take notice and run. NTA. He essentially stole your card, and likely what happened is he had to put in the PIN, which is when he called to ask you for it. Had that not happened, he'd have just tapped the card and purchased things, and you'd only know when you saw the statement. It's not up to you to buy his groceries for him, even if you would share breakfast. Honestly, for me this is dumping territory, especially as he doesn't accept wrongdoing. Perhaps if you'd been together for 8 years and he'd taken your card, the situation could be construed differently. NTA. My partner and I have been together 13 years and I'd still never take their card without asking. Because that isn't my money. You can't spend someone else's money without asking. Because that is theft. NTA. He was not buying breakfast, he was using your money to buy stuff. Thought that I wouldn't make such a fuss. Been upset. Saying I ruined our time together. Embarrassing him. He is emotionally manipulating you. This is all on him. He took your card without your consent. That's the issue here. You're not obliged to share your PIN with anybody. If it's only $20, why didn't he pay for it? NTA. NTAHE took your card while you were sleeping. It's not him doing something nice if you're paying for it. 8 months is not a long relationship. Huge red flag with his gaslighting. Get out now before he changes your mind. This was an OK violation. NTA. Banks are very clear. Do not give your PIN to anyone. Yes. I know it happens anyway. Yes. May have done it myself. But it's a very basic thing. And expecting someone's PIN is a huge move. NTA. He shouldn't have taken your card to begin with. That would be a huge red flag for me. NTA. Do not share your PIN. Ever. NTA. What he did was a big violation. Sure, maybe it was just breakfast this time. But giving him the PIN after he stole your card would have set a terrible precedent. European here. For purchases of $20. If the retailer has a chip and PIN reader, the user can tap the card. No PIN required. PIN only needed for higher value purchases. Is this not the same in the US? NTA, and the fact he could not or would not use his own money is a red flag. NTA. He took your card without permission to buy something. That is stealing. I'm glad you stood firm and didn't give the PIN. Why didn't he purchase using his money? You could have paid your share later. Sounds like a red flag. If you'd given it to him today, in the future he would have taken to splurge on anything. Please be careful. Considering he's unemployed currently, no matter the reason, he might take advantage of your money. NTA 20+ years married and we share info on all accounts and I would still ask my spouse if I need their card for some reason. Like my chip stopped working, my card expired. And it's the same account. He should have asked. It was a huge violation to try to spend your money without permission. To be clear, if he hadn't needed the PIN, when exactly was he going to ask first? Titles sound horrible. It does indeed. It sounds like someone you trust took your credit card without asking and has somehow convinced you that you're wrong for being rightly upset about it. NTA. NTA. It was a nice gesture of him. If he used his own card, even if it was just $20. Ultimately, you were the one paying for it and he didn't ask you before trying to spend your money. It seemed like you handled it calmly and respectfully as well. NTA. That's a big deal that he took your card without asking. The fact that he crossed a boundary and doesn't understand that is a red flag. NTA. Doesn't matter his excuses. It was your card. He should have asked before taking it. I am married and I would still ask my husband before taking any card out of his wallet. Just a respect thing. If your BF is upset, let him be upset. He needs to know that it's a boundary thing and you shouldn't have had to apologize. I'm sure he would have been mad if you took money out of his wallet. Whether he was making a gesture or not. Doesn't matter if it was a few dollars or not. There should have been some communication.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.